Hey guys, if you haven't already, give the video a like. Subscribe to my channel. This is a what if series and I'll be doing more down the road, so stay tuned and thanks for watching. Y'all been waiting for this one. I know y'all have. Hey, so what's up, y'all? Listen, this is what if Deku mastered one for all past 1,000,000%, part 6. So I know I originally set the like goal at like 60 likes for this video. But I couldn't wait. I wanted to put this out. I really did, because this is one of the ones I wanted to talk about the most. And this kind of battle here is going to be way more intense than Bakugo and Ochaku's battle. And with that being said, the point I'm trying to put it at is that I don't want Deku to be too overpowered. I want people in this series to give him battles that's going to push him to use more power, to access more power of his one-for-all quirk. So let's get into the story. Where Todoroki is. So Todoroki was trained by his father Endeavor. And Endeavor basically put Todoroki in a spot where Todoroki had to be strong. He had to be better than him to be the next #1 hero. That's what Todoroki's father was training him for. Training him to be better than All Might. And I'll get into explaining Todoroki's background as we go to further get into the story. But Todoroki's father, even in, like, you seen the house that they live in, and when even they got into the dorms, you seen how Todoroki would display his room style. It was somewhat akin to like a dojo style theme. So in this one, I'm gonna give Todoroki the techniques and the accessibility of ki. I don't know if that's a word, but at ki. And Todoroki, he knows ki. He doesn't technically know how to fly, none of that stuff like that. The way I'm explaining ki in this one is that Todoroki can use ki to like match up with his opponent. So say for example, if his opponent is necessarily stronger than him, he can use ki to power up so he can match that opponent's abilities and basically be on par with that opponent. I'm not saying that Todoroki can push himself to max Deku's power and speed, but Todoroki is not a push-off. He's not a lame person, because along with ki and his ice powers, this is going to be a very intense fight to see whose side it's going to go on, and which one of these guys, which one of these students, put it like this, how the fight's gonna favor who. Who's going to be in whose favor? Who's going to win what? Who's going to win this battle? This is what you guys are going to be thinking. I'm sorry I had to stutter there with all those kind of things there. In my words, my bad. But anyway, in this fight, it's going to go very different from the original canon, due to the fact that he's mastered his full cow at 100%, at 100% in his arms, shock put in his arms. So basically he doesn't need the shock put in his arms like I've explained, but he's mastered enough of one for all so he wouldn't break his bones, and he can substantially handle 200%. Well, he can handle 200%, because that's what level we're going to put him at, because Deku's been training and trying to get to a level at 200%. The next level is he's working on his 300%, and you're going to see Deku push past his limits and go beyond. So say for example, he can handle 100% at ease, and he can handle 200% somewhat, and then he can barely handle 300%. So in this one, Deku's gonna break some bones in this one, just to prove a point, just to try to make Todoroki use his power. So without further ado, let's get into the story. So Izuku Midori is walking. He's walking, getting ready, because they announced Izuku versus Todoroki. And Izuku's just walking, saying, all I can know is this guy says he was going to fight me and beat me with only using half his power. I wonder if I can get him to make him use his full power. We'll see in this battle. I think I will only use 50% of my power, just to mock him, just to see, just to push out his inner power and see if this guy can give me a battle. And as he's walking, Deku just instantly gets confronted by Endeavor. And Endeavor tells Deku, listen, I've trained my son to be number one. I've trained him to be better than me, better than All Might. Please do not give my son a disgraceful match. I'm looking at you now and I can tell you're probably weak. You won't be able to beat him. But try your best to give him a match he's looking for. Try to make him use his fire side. And Deku says, I won't make him do anything. I won't make him do anything. I'm gonna make sure it's off his own intent. I'm gonna motivate him to using his full power. And it's not gonna be because you told me so. I want him to use his fire side at his own choosing. And Deku walks off, entering the ring. And Deku looks at Shoto, and Shoto looks at Deku and says, this is not going to be a pushover. I'm gonna work hard into knocking you out of this ring. So you better be prepared for me. And Deku says, oh, I am prepared, and I'm not going to take you lightly. And you best believe I'm not going to let my guard down as Deku gets into a fighting stance. He's looking at Todoroki with fierce eyes as he gets into his fighting stance, somewhat similar to what Goku fighting stance would be. But Deku just gets into a fighting stance similar to like in a Izuku Midoriya style fighting stance. Put it like that. I don't want to relate it too much to Goku. So with this, Deku and Todoroki, they are ready for their battle. And as the announcer says, ready, begin, you see Todoroki launching several fast pillars of ice at Deku, and Deku instantly charges up full cal 50%, and Deku just vanishes, throwing finger flicks and flicking the blast away left and right as Todoroki's sending multiple ice pillars at Deku, and Deku's just necessarily dodging them and flicking them away. And he tells Shoto, come on, Todoroki, I know you have way more power than that. You're not going to be able to beat me if you just use ice. And as Todoroki's seeing this, Todoroki's trying to hit Deku, and Deku instantly blitzes Todoroki's back. Like, he blitzes past Todoroki's ice and hits Todoroki dead in the side with a thunderous blow, sending Todoroki almost out of the ring, almost. But Todoroki catches himself and uses his ice power to slow himself down before sliding out of the ring. And Deku's instantly right there in Todoroki's face as Todoroki, put it like this. Deku throws a punch at Todoroki's face, and Todoroki catches it. Like, you see this, like, steam flowing out of the punch and the shockwave that emits from it. And Todoroki catches it and tells Deku, as he grabs Deku's hand and just lowers it down, don't get too overconfident. You haven't beaten me yet. And Todoroki smashes Deku dead in the stomach with a thunderous blow. What Todoroki did was he covered his fist in ice and he enhanced his attack with ki and punched Deku in the stomach, sending Deku back, spitting up blood. And Deku just hits the ground, tumbling backwards. And Deku just stands and says, "Oh, that actually hurt. Good God, that actually hurt. Jesus Christ. Okay, this guy has some spunk. I might just actually enjoy this." And as Deku smiles, he looks at Todoroki and still says these words, "Todoroki, you're not going to be able to beat me if you only use your ice. You need to use your fire as well." And Todoroki just instantly gets mad. Like, he grits his teeth and says, "Did my father put you up to this?" And Todoroki charges at Deku. This time, Todoroki's faster than usual. He sends out an ice pillar and Deku dodges it, but to Todoroki's expectations, he was hoping that Deku did this and was instantly right there as you see him just teleport. I knew you were going to do that. I've explained this. Did my father put you up to this task? And kicks Deku down to the platform or the tournament stage. Well, not necessarily saying that he explained this. He knew Deku was gonna do this kind of movement. And as Todoroki was countering Deku's attacks, he was countering him left and right, only using his ice. And he was actually mocking Deku, as each time Deku dodged, Todoroki was right there, kicking Deku back and forth, punching Deku in the stomach. And Deku says he was exhausted. This was going nowhere for Izuku Midoriya, as Izuku looked at Todoroki, and Todoroki was looking at him, and Todoroki goes to say, I won't beat you with what? Seems to me that I'm beating you with my ice quirk. I'm only beating you with half my power, and you're not proving anything. If my father really did put you up to this, he's got bad taste for putting somebody up. Well, if my father really did put you up to this, well, I have to say, he really sucks at picking his people. And Todoroki goes to charge at Izuku, but Izuku goes to say, actually, your father didn't put me up to this. And you see this greenish aura glowing over Izuku, and his hair stands straight up. And Izuku hits Todoroki dead in the jaw. Like, you see his fist just punch Todoroki dead in the jaw. And Todoroki goes flying back as Izuku's right there behind him and sends an elbow down to his stomach area and smashes Todoroki right back down into the stage, as you see a big dust of smoke and debris float upwards. As Todoroki's climbing out of the rubble and Deku's right there, he says, wow, you actually pushed me to using 100% of my power, Todoroki. And Deku goes to clap, doing a little mocking face. And Todoroki goes to say, so you were holding back. That's much expected. I wasn't even going full power either. And Deku says this, I know you're not going full power, but just for you to push me to 100% with only using half your quirk, that's just amazing. Let's see what you got. This battle is getting interesting. And Deku and Todoroki, they go at it. They're sending shockwaves all over the tournament. I don't even know if the tournament stage can handle this much pressure. As you see Cementos. And he goes like he's just worried about the tournament area and the people around. As Izuku and Shoto, they're not taking this lightly. Each of their moves are calculated, as they're hitting each other, right? Like, so many punches are hitting Deku and so many punches are hitting Shoto. And Izuku goes to say, Todoroki, use your full power. I'm only playing with you. Don't make me get serious. As you see, Deku's face goes from like a calm, casual face, as Deku was just trying to calculate Todoroki's movements, and you see his face go to serious as Deku instantly speeds up, and Todoroki was getting no shots in. No shots at all, and Deku was just blitzing Todoroki all over the place. Basically, you know how Rock Lee was kicking Gaara all across the tuning exams? Well, that's how Deku was doing Todoroki, just all across the stage, basically keeping him from being knocked out. If Deku would have kicked him at the end of the ring, Deku would appear right there and kick him right back, and then right behind him until Deku just grabs his foot and goes in a circle with Todoroki's body and slams him back down into the stage, creating a smoke cloud. And Todoroki gets out of that. Basically, now his shirt is halfway battle damage. You realize, like, his shirt is battle damage, like, at the end of... In the original canon, you seen how his shirt was battle damage when they came to their final clash, Deku and Todoroki, when they did their final clash attack, and Cementos had to block their attack just so they wouldn't destroy everything. Well, that's the battle damage that he has now when he coming out of the crater that Deku has just created. And Deku just comes, like, lands back on the ground and says, you need to use your full power. This has nothing to do with your father. And Deku goes to scream, this is your quirk. This is your quirk, not his. It has nothing to do with him. You determine your own path. He doesn't make your path for you. You are a hero. You do not need to follow your father's footsteps. Whatever he did, whatever you hate him for, be a better version of him. Don't follow his rules or his mistakes. This is your power, Todoroki. you need to use it to your own liking. And as Todoroki, he has flashbacks of when his father was training him, his father was teaching him, and basically being abusive towards him and his mother. And all that goes flashing through Todoroki's head. And then it cuts to Todoroki remembering what his mother said. Don't let your past. She said that you aren't a slave to your bloodline. You can be whatever you want to be or whatever you want to become. And touched by his mother's words and moved by the words that Izuku has said to Todoroki, Todoroki goes, his fireside ignites, and everyone in the stage are shocked. They thought that Todoroki wouldn't use his fireside, and that doubled Todoroki's power as you feel this strong wind pressure just push back, and everyone's like trying to like putting their hand in front of their face. They're putting their hand in front of their face trying to block off the wind due to the fierce amount of energy that Todoroki's releasing. And you see his fireside is igniting, and you see the ice on his arm is melting off due to the frostbite he was encountering with Izuku Midoriya. That's why Izuku was telling Todoroki to use his fireside, demanding that he use his fireside, because if he was to continue on using only ice against Izuku, he would have lost, because the ice was giving Todoroki frostbite, and Todoroki was trying his hardest to ignore all that going towards him. Well, all that happening to him. And this is where the battle gets intense, as you see this like bluish reddish aura. Okay, imagine a Super Saiyan God aura, how blue that is, and you see the Super Saiyan blue aura, how blue that is, and you see the Super Saiyan God, how fiery that is. Imagine a fiery type blue aura surrounding Todoroki as his fireside is emitting, and his fireside is in flames, and his ice side is ready. And he tells Izuku Midoriya, saying, there are things I want to become. Like what he said in the anime. And he goes to tell Izuku Midoriya that I want to become a hero too, giving Izuku a huge smile, well, a smile like he did in the anime. And then he goes to tell Izuku, don't blame me for what happens next. And says this, from now on, I will be getting serious. And Izuku says, I couldn't have it any other way. As he goes on to tell Todoroki, if you're going to get serious, so am I. And Izuku goes to clench his fists, and he powers up his one-for-all quirk, and you see the red veins glowing all over his body. You see his eyes emitting energy, like the green energy, when he was like this. You see the green energy coming from his eyes? It started emitting that kind of green energy, and you see these blue electricity, like, flowing all over him, glowing all over him, these blue lightning strikes that's flowing all over him, and you see his aura just erupting in the air. And Todoroki's aura just erupting. You see both of their auras erupting in the air, sort of similar to how Goku and Kefla's aura were erupting in the air. Sort of like this, as you see both of their energies erupting in the air. Cementos and Midnight, she asks, do you think we need to stop this battle? And Cementos says, I don't sense a death threat. Neither one of them has the intent to kill each other, so let's just hold out for a little longer and see where the fight goes. As you see all the teachers and the students are in awe, and you see Tenya Ida, he goes to say, well, Izuku, you managed to make Todoroki use his quirk. And instantly Tenya Ida has gotten a phone call, and he had to walk away because it was his mother telling him something serious about what happened to his brother. And Tenya Ida's eyes go wide, as you already know what story that's leading into. So now you see Deku, the red veins and the shocks are emitting from his body, and he goes to say, one for all, 200%. And the strain was there. Deku felt his body undergo strain because he was not used. I mean, he could briefly hold 200%, but he's not used to 200% because it was an incredible strain. It wouldn't break of any bones, anybody, and it wouldn't break any bones in his body, but the strain was immense. And Todoroki goes to say, I'm going to go all out and use my ki to enhance my skills. And Deku says, you better give me your all. This is where this battle gets fun, as you see the both of them charge at each other. Todoroki stumps, creating a huge ice pillar that Deku just punches away. And then Todoroki just speed blitzes Deku and punches him dead in the mouth. And you see Deku grab Todoroki's arm and kick him dead into the side. And as they're going blow for blow, the wind pressure that the both of them creating as Todoroki's hitting Deku with fire and ice, and Deku's just trying to block and avoid, and both of them are hitting each other. Basically, Deku's punching Todoroki in the stomach every clean blow that he calculates. When Todoroki swings left and right, Deku dodges both of his hits and ducks low and punches Todoroki in the stomach as Todoroki just instantly knees Deku dead in the face. And they both fly back towards each other. Deku has a bloody nose, and he starts to wipe his nose, and Todoroki's just like, he's all bruised up. And both of them at this point are battle damaged. Deku's shirtless, Todoroki's shirtless and everything. And you see both of them just, they're both getting exhausted in their fight. Both of them are losing a good amount of energy, and Deku's undergoing strain and says, I can't keep this up. So then they charge right back at each other, unleashing a fearsome, like a ferocious amount of attacks throwing at each other. And Deku goes to say, Delaware, Detroit, smash! And hits Todoroki dead in the stomach. As Todoroki, he clenches his stomach, coughing up spit and falling to his knees. You see Todoroki, his eyes start growing veins, and Todoroki's getting angry, but he's also happy at the same time that someone's pushed him this far. And he instantly answers right back towards Deku. He answers right back at Deku with a fiercest ice attack coming from Deku's left side that left Deku. He wasn't even able to block it in time, and it slammed into Deku's right side, throwing Deku like almost out of the tournament before Deku just instantly punched the ground and slowing himself down. And you see both of them, they're just breathing out heavy. You see Shoto Todoroki, he goes to tell Deku, we're constantly out of time, aren't we? I don't think neither one of us has enough energy to keep this battle going. And Deku goes to say, yeah, you're right. We need to end this, and end this soon. As you see Deku, he unleashes his all power and says, one for all, 300%. And you feel Deku's bones creaking. Deku feels this in his body as he says, this is an all-out attack. And you see his greenish energy and shocks that shoot up in the air. And Todoroki does the same and says in his head, thank you, Izuku Midoriya. Thank you. You gave me a new path to my future at becoming a hero. As both of them charges towards each other, and Cementos goes, midnight now! And she rips her like a little sleeve and unleashing like this sleep remedy that's coming out of her. And Cementos, he creates 4 or 5 large pillars trying to stop Todoroki and Izuku. But it does anything as Izuku and Midoriya both shoot through those concrete walls. And you see Deku, he goes to say, Texas Smash! And you just see Todoroki, he gathered all his ice and fire to create sort of a wind pressured blast. And it blasts towards not Deku. He created this energy beam that blasts towards Deku, and Izuku just did his strongest Texas Smash and both of them created a massive shock wave that destroyed the ring and left a huge crater down there. As Deku was shirtless, his pants was ripped up to his knees, he lost his shoe, and Todoroki was blasted out of the ring. As Deku was barely able to sustain due to the fact that he broke his arm. He broke his arm and his left leg due to the fact that he had to push off of his leg to give him that much force, using One For All full cow. Well, not full cow, using One For All in his leg. And as he did this, Todoroki was out of the stage, and he was breathing heavy. As you saw, his left arm too was heavily damaged too, and he's it looks like I've been eliminated. You know what, Izuku? This was an interesting battle nonetheless. You gave me a new hope and new power. Now I can train to become number one. And just to let you know, it won't be as easy as before. And Todoroki just falls down face forth. And Deku goes to say, I won. He clenches his arms because his arm was hurt. And he just walks off before he felt the strain of his body. And he couldn't move anymore. And he fell the exact same, just like Todoroki did. And he fell face forward. And that ends Todoroki and Deku's battle, as Deku was the last remaining victor standing. And one of the reasons why I wanted to give Deku, well, not necessarily give Deku, it was more of Deku was going to win due to the fact that he put out more One For All power shock put than Todoroki. So what he did was, the reason why Deku's arm broke and it didn't break against the Nobu is because that Deku put out more power, more force, and more energy into making 300% an all-out attack. So what he did was, he used Delaware Detroit Smash to counteract Todoroki's fire and ice put together for a strong Ki Blast wind attack. And Deku just matched that. And in the result, he ended up breaking his arm, but it went in return, it granted him a win. So that's why he was able to use 300% and his arm broke. He still can't fully use 300%. As I said, it does creak and crack and distraught his bones in his body because he's not fully mastered it yet, but he's training. So the gap level of the time, due to the fact that he did put out too much power and that did cause his arm to break, but he still has a good 40 seconds in that form. And if he goes beyond 40 seconds, then his bones will start to break. Anyway, Todoroki wasn't necessarily weak in this what if. He's strong too. So he's only going to get stronger as he further trains himself, further trains his ice, his fire, and his ki. So he's not necessarily weak. And there are going to be some surprises for when Deku and Bakugo fights in the final match. I'm not going to reveal any of those. But as I said before, that's kind of it for this one. I just wanted to touch up on a few things. I know you guys are going to find out mistakes that I made. If I made any mistakes, please tell me in the comments below, as I will try to make part 7 way better than this one. So without any further ado, I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Our account, because we are a family and I am All Might, just reached 392 subscribers. I thank you all for that, and you already know the deal. This is Black All Might signing off, and I'm going to do it one time for the one time. Plus Ultra. Good night, guys.